This is Rick Rudowski of WeAreChange.org, and I'm joined by the one and only Dan Dix of PressForTruth.ca, an amazing individual who's made award-winning documentaries. He just launched a live show on his YouTube channel. He is on the sphere of independent media. If you've been watching our channel, you've seen me and him get arrested by the Bilderberg Group, then the next year sneak into the Bilderberg Group, and then also deal with Jeff Berwick's crazy, insane dollar vigilante tactics for too long. But Dan is an incredible human being, and in this video, we're going to give you the latest smackdown of what's happening in Canada, and also me and Dan will offer you a special, amazing deal with a really incredible boot camp that we're going to be doing soon in Mexico. Now, Dan, how are you, and what the hell's going on in Canada?
I am doing well, my friend, and things are kind of all over the place here in Canada because, well, I don't know if you've heard, but we're kind of under the tyrannical thumb now of a newly selected prime minister. So things have changed drastically here in Canada. We've had what's called a liberal swing, where now what we have here in Canada is a liberal majority government. So it's gone from one side to the other. It's the classic left-right paradigm, and now we're under pretty boy Justin Trudeau. It's very similar to what we saw in the United States going from Bush to Obama. It's very similar. People hated Harper. Yeah. They're ready for hope, ready for change, and they've just brought in newly selected Prime Minister Trudeau, who's already failing on his promises.
See, here in the United States, we hear that Canada elected this really gorgeous, cool dude who's going to legalize marijuana and make everyone happy. That's what we're hearing on the American mainstream media, but obviously you, being real independent media, the story is totally different. Who is this dude? What is he doing? What is his agenda? And how is it going to affect Canada? Mm-hmm. And also, how may it affect international relations now with the world?
Well, we pointed out in our film, The Trudeau Deception, that his saying that he was going to legalize marijuana was just really riding that ticket to get votes. And I warned people about this, that even if you do see legalization from Justin, it's not going to be the kind of legalization that you're hoping for. So we warned about this in the Trudeau Deception. People can check that out online. And sure enough, I mean, here we are. He is failing on his promises and now saying that international treaties are blocking him from being able to legalize marijuana. So he's throwing his hands in the air and saying, I know I said I'd do it, but it's the international community that has a problem with this, so now I'm kind of backtracking on what I said. But this is typical of
politician didn't keep his promise?
Believe it or not. Yeah, typical. Another thing he suggested he would do would be to remove the CF-18 fighter jets from the engaging ISIS in Iraq. But the same day that he said this, the CF-18s bombed some ISIS strongholds in Iraq, and now there's potential blowback. There's all kinds of issues with this, but the point is, he said he would do it, and then he didn't do it, and we're essentially still in Iraq right now in the fight against ISIS.
See, that's what politicians do. They bring in the right, crazy, hard-wing guy, and then they have their right-wing kind of tyranny upon the people, and then they bring in the left liberals, and they have the kind of similar tyranny, but also from a different kind of perspective. What are some of the other promises that he's promising, and how do you see his kind of tenure unfolding within the next couple of years?
I see a fast decline because somebody actually put together a comprehensive promise chart, I think it's called, where we're tracking chronologically every single thing that he promises to do, which one of these promises are currently in effect, which haven't been done yet, which has he pulled off and which hasn't he. And I think people are soon going to see that the hope and change was all a big lie. This is a big stage show, and we've essentially been duped once again to fall for somebody. It's the lesser of two evils, essentially, is what people have fallen for here in Canada. So it's a sad state of affairs. But, you know, I'm just going to continue to...
But still evil, still bringing in the same kind of controls, the same kind of tyranny, the same overall long game that we've been seeing playing, because we know the establishments and the elites, they always take 2 steps back, 1 step back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, always fooling the people, always making them believe and always have faith in that government, correct? And that's what we're seeing unfolding in our elections as well. And it's very interesting seeing that also unfold in Canada. Dan, thank you so much for your, expert analysis. You are, again, like one of the best people out there in independent media. We have been doing an incredible kind of training seminar, kind of boot camp, and kind of intelligence sharing together when we've been working together in the field, but we also do it to other individuals, which we want to offer to you, the audience. We've been doing a Change Media University boot camp. We did one last year. It was extremely successful. All 50 participants, and we're going to cut it off at 50 participants, were extremely happy with us, me and you, teaching them all the secret trades of the business of independent media, hoping to spur and grow just this fierce kind of ability of human beings to go after the truth, expose it, and to try to help make the world a better place all together as one. What, Dan, are you looking forward to? Because we're going to be doing this again just in a few days in Mexico. What are you most looking forward to? What do you expect? What should people expect from you when they meet you and me? And also, Adam Kokesh said he would also participate and help out. What do they expect from us when they see us in Mexico in just a few days?
What they're going to get, Luke, is really a behind-the-scenes look and the ability to pick our brains about every single little thing, every aspect about this job that we do. So that's it in a nutshell. I mean, last year I took up a section of the course, kind of teaching people about some of the basics that you need to know, gear. I did a bit of a walkthrough on what kind of equipment I use and kind of the best practices on the field, but more importantly, you know, we kind of talk about the little things you're not really going to see. As I said, the behind the scenes things. And for me, I think that's what's exciting about getting involved with the course, where you can ask somebody like you. You can get incredibly specific as to your questions, and that's why it's more of a one-on-one. Really, I know you say there's 50 students, but everybody has an opportunity to speak with whoever's teaching the course, myself, Luke, Adam Kokesh. Last year it was James Corbett. And people had the opportunity to pick James's brain and to pick my brain and to pick Luke's brain. So that's what excites me about that, is just the fellowship, the networking, and the ability to just hang out with like-minded people. So I just hope to, you know, I don't know what I'm going to tell people, but I'm there as an open slate for them to pick my brain, essentially.
You were an incredible teacher last year. It was very powerful being able to work with people one-on-one, find out their quirks, find out their problems, and be able to customize our learning curves. Like just all of our itinerary, all of the information that we have in our brains. We could have kept going for, 3 days, but we kept it for 8 hours sitting there working with people, whether it was they were shy or they were not confident enough, whether they were not experienced enough, whether they what information they needed, what press credentials they needed. We broke it all down, and it was just an incredible experience. What did you value from the experience the most?
Well, following Change Media University, some of the students were so impressed by the course and so gung-ho to get going when they got home that I was contacted by some of them who wanted to become PFT correspondents. And I'm actually working with one of them right now. We're working on him becoming a PFT correspondent, reporting out of Toronto. And he was a student at Anarchapulco, and that's a beautiful, beautiful thing when we can get together and network and then meet like-minded people and then actually come home and begin working with one another and producing content with one another. That's what I really enjoyed taking out of that, and that's what I hope to see more of. I want to meet more students in this course who are going to want to potentially work with us down the road, because that's obviously something that we're looking forward to and willing to do as well.
Dan, thank you again so much for your incredible work, your analysis about everything that's happening geopolitically. Check out Dan Dix's show. He has a new live show on his YouTube channel. I look forward. I'm so excited to have you, Adam Kokesh, and of course you, the students. If you're interested in checking out Change Media University, interested in doing this boot camp, go to wearechange.org/store. The link will be in the description below directly so you can participate. It's for Anarchapulco, one of the craziest, wildest, and I think, just personally, from all of my experience, from all the conferences I've been in, the best conference that I've ever been to, Anarchapulco, in just a few days. All the information is going to be in the description below. If you're interested, check it out. Dan, you're awesome. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Looking forward to it, amigo. See you in a few weeks.